And the Emmy goes to Leaving Neverland.
This is the third nomination for multiple nominee Dan Reed, the 21st nomination for multiple nominee Nancy Abram, the 8th nomination for multiple nominee Lisa Heller.
Wow, this has been quite a journey with this documentary. It began with an obscure reference in a web page to two young men who I'd never heard of before, and it's it's been quite a journey. As I say, we didn't expect quite the backlash we had. I want to first of all thank HBO, and in particular Nancy Abraham here, for its unwavering support of this very, very difficult production. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the incredible courage and determination of James Safechuck and Wade Robson and their families, and I really want to salute that. I feel so honored to be here, and I feel so thrilled that this film has gained the acknowledgement it has with this Emmy, because I think this is one of the first times we've been able to shine a light on how child sexual abuse, which is a crime that plagues so many millions of people worldwide, how the pattern of how it actually happens, how it unfolds. It's not an easy thing to understand, but I think in this incredible 4-hour journey that Wade and James made possible by telling their story with unflinching honesty, I think it allowed a very wide public worldwide to get an insight into how child sexual abuse actually happens and the mysteries of why, for instance, it often remains undisclosed for so many decades. So I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Well, the first thing I want to do is thank James Safechuck here and Wade Robson and their incredibly courageous families as well, their mums, for taking the step of agreeing to tell their stories for this documentary. I think they're the people that I want to thank first of all. I want to thank my amazing teammates, collaborators, and I want to thank Amos Pictures, which is our little company in London. I want to thank HBO for making this all possible. Their unwavering support has allowed this extraordinary production to happen. It's been very high risk, it's been very dramatic, the reception has been extraordinary, and the impact has been unprecedented. And I just want to thank HBO for being there. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hello, who are you?
Congratulations, I'm Nancy from the Television Academy Foundation. Just talk a little bit about why you wanted to get involved with this project.
I initially didn't know anything about Michael Jackson, and I had no view about whether he was guilty or innocent, and I knew very little of the details. So my subject area was terrorism, war, and crime, etc. So I don't come from that field. I stumbled across the story because someone persuaded me to. I was looking for a way to make documentaries with fewer dead bodies in them, and someone said, "Why don't you do the Michael Jackson controversy? That's a big story that no one's ever really got to the bottom of." And I thought, "Oh, that's interesting," but I wasn't that keen. This was Channel 4 in the UK. They gave me a small amount of money to hire a researcher, and somewhere in the research were the names of these two guys, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who I'd never heard of. And the ridiculous idea crossed my mind that if they were willing to stand up in court and say things and tell their stories, that perhaps they might go in front of the camera. And I remember thinking, that's never going to happen, right? And here we are.
Over here now.
You came into this completely neutrally after working on all the Frontline documentaries. At what point did you believe them?
I started to believe them during the master interviews. So the way it happened is I met Wade and James, and we immediately did very, very long multi-day interviews. And I realized that, and this is always a difficult thing to say, but I realized when listening to Wade's story that as a 7-year-old he kind of entered into a relationship that is like a twisted 7-year-old version of a romantic relationship, an adult relationship with Michael Jackson. He kind of fall in love with the star, and Jackson told him that he loved him, so he was in love with him. And this is something I never expected to hear. Like most people, I thought that child sexual abuse was, when some kind of predator in a stained, raincoat grabs a kid from the outside school and that drags him into an alley and does something violent. And that's not how it happens 80% of the time. It's a trusted, close friend. It's someone you admire, you look up to, and someone who gains the confidence, grooms the child and his family. So yeah, I began to just the depth of detail and the unsparing. If he was trying to bamboozle me, he wouldn't have had to say, "Well, I fell in love with Michael Jackson" when he was sexually abusing me at age 7. So that kind of made it much more credible for me. And then, of course, we did a huge amount of background research to whether it was possible for them to have experienced the things they said they did. Hi.
Dave Chappelle has come out and spoken against the accusers, and I was wondering if you had a response to that.
Yeah, obviously I know these guys, and I believe their stories, and I know they were basically raped as kids. They were taken advantage of. I think that mocking, the victims of child sexual assault is not a particularly clever thing to do. It obviously got some laughs because it became part of antagonism against the whole cancel this, cancel that movement. I never said to cancel Michael. There's nothing in my documentary that says don't listen to his music or cancel his work. So we just Chappelle is riding on a wave of being contrarian and being controversial, and I think to me it was revolting. So I felt physically sick listening to what he was saying. And it wasn't just an off the cuff, it was a sustained attack on these guys who. Child sexual abuse is a pretty nasty crime. Anyone who's come close to it, anyone who knows anyone who's been a victim of it, it kind of does. It's a stretch to use that as the you can make comedy out of so many other things. Why not do something brave instead of cramping on some victims of child rape?
Any additional questions?